Alright guys, I'm about to embark on my trip here to New York. I got the trailer. See how far we can make it today. It's kind of late in the day, getting a late start after work here on Friday. I just gassed the truck up and gonna start heading toward Springfield. Alright, I'm just getting into Springfield, so far so good. Pretty busy Friday night traffic, but I'm starting to get into the nice open flat area. Alright, I'm working my way up I-44, just pulling into the candy factory now. This is kind of like a landmark for me. I always gotta stop here and fill up with gas. I think I'm too late to get any candy. I think they close at like 4:30 or 5 or something. Alright, so I'm here at the world's largest gift store here. I just filled her up and topped off the oil. Everything looks good so far. I do have a pretty bad shake if I go any faster than 60. So I don't know if I got a tire that's bad or what's going on. There's no codes, so I don't think it's misfiring. It probably would have triggered a code by now. But we'll see. I'm going to try to keep driving before it gets dark and then call it a day when it gets dark. I don't want to have any problems in the dark. Well, I got about 40 miles to go before I get to the rest stop I want to stop at. It's looking pretty bad over there. I hope that's not a tornado. Alright guys, it's pretty dark, but I just made it to a truck stop. I'm about 100 miles west of St. Louis right now, and I made it here. It was raining and pouring and I couldn't see the road very well at all. I'm just glad I made it. I just had kind of a goal. This is about 110 miles further from my last video I made at that world's largest gift shop, so making good progress. I got about 800 miles to go before I unload the trailer and get rid of that. I'm gonna park that at my sister's house, and then I'm gonna go another 4 hours to visit my grandparents, and then go back, get the trailer, load all my stuff on it, and then head home. And you'll get to see all that here. Thankfully, no problems so far, other than a weird shake. But I've just been keeping it at 60 and it does good at that speed. I'm trying to be quiet because there's a bunch of campers around me. People probably trying to sleep. It's like 10 o'clock, not that late, but still trying to be as quiet as possible. I pulled in here and my tires on the trailer, when I hit the brake, squealed, so that was kind of embarrassing. Probably woke everybody up. It's kind of pretty quiet around here, so anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. Alright guys, it's the next day. It's kind of a rough night. Didn't sleep too good, mostly because it's just kind of hot back there. At least I got windows that open. See, I got a nice little setup back there. But anyway, I'm about to hit the road again, fill up, and be on my way. Everything seems to be good so far, other than that little shake. Alright guys, I'm at another truck stop here. So far so good. Just gassed it up again. Right in the middle of Illinois somewhere. So, see how far I get now. Alright guys, I'm getting into some traffic here. Truck's not overheating yet, that's good. Just some construction traffic, but
head east on I-70 East.
basically where I'm at. Well, somewhere in Indiana. Everything's good so far. Check my straps. I've got a spare for the trailer and the truck here. Just gassed up again. Over there. 512 here. It was 570 something at the last place I filled up, so. Let's see here. Everything's good so far. I do still have that shake going on, but I cannot pinpoint what it is. When you're on the throttle, it does it, and when you're coasting and off of the throttle, well, not coasting, but you know, off the throttle, it doesn't do it, and then sometimes it doesn't do it at all. I don't know, maybe it's the road and the length of the truck and the trailer. Maybe it's hitting the spots where they tie in, and because I've had that happen before and I thought it was something, but it was just the road. So I'm not going to worry about it. I've driven almost, well, it'll be 14 more miles, and I've driven 500 miles at that point, and it's been like this the whole time and hasn't gotten worse. So I'm hoping it's nothing, and if it is something, it might just be a tire that's out of balance. So anyway, I'm going to keep you guys updated as I go along here. Alright guys, I got another 120 miles or so in. I'm getting pretty close to the Ohio border now, so I wonder what that is. Alright guys, I'm in Springfield, Ohio. This Motel 6. I kind of chickened out today. Spent 70 bucks that I didn't need to spend to get a hotel room because I really don't feel like sleeping in that really hot camper shell today. I'm gonna give the truck a good look over before it gets dark out here. I'm gonna hook up HP tuners and see if I can look on there and see if there's any kind of misfire going on. I don't think there is. I think the shaking is all in the tires and the drivetrain. And then I'll make sure all these lug nuts are tight, because that's a good thing to check as well. But anyway, that is it for now. Maybe I'll set the camera up when I'm tightening up the lug nuts and stuff, but not too exciting. I drove 450 miles today. Or no, not 450, 500. I forgot about that 50 miles that was already showing on my odometer. Anyway, 500 miles today. I drove 200 miles yesterday, so I'm 700 miles into the trip. And it seems to be doing good so far. The only problem so far is the paint coming off of here, and that's the least of my concerns. Another thing I gotta do here is make sure that there's still plenty of fluid in the transfer case because it leaks a little bit. It's kind of annoying because you gotta take the speed sensor out. It's in the way. I'm taking that fill plug out. Alright, I just checked that and it's all good. It's still full. It always looks like more when it's leaking out, and then it ends up not being that much, but good to check it anyway. So I'm just gonna give the rest of the truck a good look over. Call it a day. Check this out. This pin right here is about to fall out. That nut backed off. Pretty loose. Tighten that up. Alright guys, well, it is day 3, well, day 2.5 I guess, and that was a much better night sleeping in a comfy hotel room than the truck cat, but I better not get used to it because I'm going to be sleeping back there for the next couple nights. I got a couple nights rented out at a campground. So I'll be staying there, but it should have shade and stuff. Should be a little better than a truck stop. The next place I'm headed to is about 2 hours northeast of me. It's the gas station Encounters gas station in Ohio. Somewhere, whatever. I forgot the name of the city, but gas station Encounters gas station. They got a big YouTube channel with like 2 million subscribers. Alright, passing through Cleveland, not Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio. I always get it mixed up. Alright guys, I found it. Famous gas station. Alright, I got about 50 miles before I get into Pennsylvania. Just here checking my phone, my messages and stuff, and then hit the road again.
But up there at the courthouse, they didn't laugh because they packed it up.
Alright, just filled up at Tops here. I'm in Dunkirk, New York. Gonna go in there and get something caffeinated. Only got a little under 2 hours left to get to where I'm gonna drop the trailer off. So, making good progress. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick repair here. See, all this tape is coming apart and it's all sticky, and I keep touching it and getting all sticky, so I'm just gonna tape it all up. Alright, that's a lot better. Alright guys, I was at a stop sign and I thought I lost my clutch because I couldn't go anywhere. I let off my clutch and the transmission was spinning. But I don't know, it was the weirdest thing. And then I put it into 4 low and then back into 2 high, and now it's working again. I'm just gonna try to limp it. I got 43 miles left. Well guys, I am currently right near my old house. It's up around that turn. I just climbed under the truck and looked everything over. The shift linkage for the transfer case is not out of the normal. Everything looks the same, so I'm not really sure why it keeps popping out of gear. It did it 3 or 4 times now so far, so it wasn't the road that popped it out of gear like I thought. That's what I was hoping. It's a problem that is developing and getting worse. So I'm gonna have to figure something out here. I think I can limp it about 20 miles to get rid of this trailer, at least unhook it, and then try and figure out what's going on. Figure out if I want to drive this truck the rest of my trip or what. Well guys, I got the trailer jack unhooked, so that's good. I got my HP tuners hooked up here. I'm gonna head over to the truck stop and I'm gonna not look at this when I'm driving, but I'm recording it right now and see what's going on with this misfire. At least maybe try and figure that out. Alright, I'm here at the truck stop in Dansville, New York. Gotta figure out what exactly I'm gonna do. There's a parts store over there. There's one. I'm thinking about picking up a rebuild kit, but chances of them having one in stock is pretty slim. Because I could probably pull that apart and fix that fork. I'm sure that's probably what it is. The fork, little plastic guides on the fork are probably wore out. Alright guys, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that front drive shaft out and see if it'll stay in 4 high. I might be able to get away with that for now. I could leave the drive shaft in it, but I don't want to create more wear on the drivetrain, you know, because I got the locking hubs. So I don't really need to take it out, but I just don't want to wear anything else. So if it doesn't stay in gear, then I'm gonna have to take it all apart, I guess. Alright, why are we zoomed up? There we go. So I got the front drive shaft out. I'm just about to give it a little test drive through the parking lot, come to a couple abrupt stops and see if it pops out of gear in 4 high. If it stays in 4 high, I might just run it. But I also got to figure out this engine misfire. This is another compounded problem on top of the transfer case. I got this misfire that's getting worse. And I think it might be the crank sensor, possibly the MAF sensor. I think it's going to be one of those. It's very weird. It's like it bogs down. It feels just like when a quadrajet is all gummed up when you're really stepping on the gas. It bogs right down like a carburetor. And it's got to be the MAF sensor or the crank sensor. So we got her in 4 high. Let's see what happens here. Popping out of gear, it would have popped out. Alright, I just went in the truck stop, got a large coffee, because you gotta start your day out with large coffee. And I'm about to head over across the street there. You can see there's an AutoZone over there. I'm quite familiar with this town. I lived in this general area for about 8 years. So I'm gonna head over there and see if maybe I can replace the crank sensor real quick. Maybe fix that problem. I guess I'll set you guys up again and you can watch firsthand, see, kind of keep an eye on things for me and see if it pops out of gear, and if it does, you'll be able to see how annoying it is to get it back into gear. Action without popping out of gear. Yep. I'm just worried about driving this thing all the way back with a trailer on it, not knowing the condition of the transmission or the transfer case. I kind of like to just rebuild it, have peace of mind, but popping out of gear though. It feels really solid. It's kind of funny because this is the same problem I had with my stupid Dodge. Alright, we're at the parts store now. See what I can get myself into here. Alright guys, I'm in the AutoZone parking lot here. I just pulled the crank sensor out. And it looks like it's never been replaced. I think it's the original GM crank sensor, so I'm just going to throw my spare in there instead of throwing money at it. Just put my spare in there and see if it changes anything. And then if it still misfires, then it's probably going to be the MAF sensor.